In this video, we will see how to use MOSFETs, how to do simulations with MOSFETs in CAD and schematic. Every MOSFET has some parameters. The MOSFET is an active device which has some parameters, governing parameters for its function. That is what is called as a model file for that MOSFET, which has all the governing parameters like you see T nominal, T aux, VTH, etc. There are several other parameters. So all these parameters will tell that MOSFET to behave, that element in our cadence to behave that way. These parameters will tell the simulator that my T aux is this, my VTH is this, etc. So that the simulation window or the simulator knows what to do with that MOSFET element that we use in our schematics. Let's try designing an inverter and see. And if you pay a little bit attention here, it says NMOS here and it says PMOS here. So the model is PMOS and these are the parameters for it. The model is NMOS and these are the parameters for it. Right, the one that I am using right now that you're seeing here is a 180 nanometer file that I have. All right, so let's try and design inverter. File, new, cell view, inverter. I, for instance, analog library NMOS 4, and I have to enter NMOS here because the model says the device is NMOS, and I will go for minimum length and I will go for a width twice the length, or I'll just go for some larger width, 1 mu. Fine. And now I need a PMOS, 4 terminal PMOS device. Model is PMOS because model name is PMOS, and I will go for some 2 mu width. Again go for 180 nanometer minimum length. Now I'm going to join with wires. W will give you wires. Yeah, done. Now let's put some pins. VDD, in, out, GND, in, out, GND. Yes, my schematic for inverter is done. Right, now I'm launching unlock design environment, setup, model libraries, and here I have to add that model file, whatever that I have, 180 nanometer file that I have. Right, okay, my model file is also added. Now I'm going to give stimuli here. Earlier we have given voltages directly in our schematic. The other way is this. Right, so click on this, enable function DC voltage 0, apply. Output, we don't have to give any stimulate output. Output is what we are going to observe. Right. Input, enable function DC, no, function is a pulse. starting from 0, period 1, delay 0, rise time 1 microsecond, fall time 1 microsecond, pulse width 0.5 seconds. Apply. Then VDD, enable function DC, and DC voltage, let's say 1. Then transient stop time, I'm going to observe for 5 seconds. Conservative, okay. As you can see, the simulation is done. Results, direct plot, main waveform, transient voltage net, and let's see what the input is first. Yeah, you can clearly see the inversion operation, right? That is how you can quickly go ahead and do a transient simulation with inverter. Now let's look at how we do DC simulation and what are the different things that we need to know. I'm going to delete all of this. I want to just change its name. You can click on this, you can press Q and change its name here, or when you click on this, you can see the label attributes property editor here as well, right? And you can see this view tab here, which will help you to adjust things about what you can view and all, right? Now I want to give some variable names here. I'm giving W as width. My width now is a variable. So what I do, I go to ADE now, copy from same view, width. Now I'm just setting it as 1 mu here, right? Now here ground is defined as 0, input is defined as pulse. I'm going to define it as a DC with DC voltage VG, say gate voltage, and VDD I can go up to 1.8 volts. And I'm going to do a DC simulation. I'm going to say operating point. Now I'm going to sweep a design variable, okay, and copy from I'm going to give it some fixed voltage for now 0.5. DC say operating point, I'm going to vary design variable, and W is the design variable that I have set. Now I'm going to vary width from 360 nanometers to 2 mu, and linear sweep I will choose some 200 steps. Apply. Okay, right? Now I want to observe the current in this MOSFET as a property of width when the gate voltage and drain voltage, all the voltages are fixed. All right. Yeah, the sweep is done. You can see results, direct plot. You won't get anything with direct plot here because current, it says select terminal, but when you go and select terminal, it doesn't plot. It says not kept at output. M0 drain is not kept at output. Let's try plotting voltage. Yeah, it works. So what you need to do is that have to go to outputs, to be saved, select on design, and you have to save this terminal. Right, that's how it will get saved. Now to see other parameters, output, to be saved, select OP parameters, then you have to go and click this device. Now what you see is this. Then in this, click this and get from simulation. Yes, now you see a list of parameters. Let's start with IDS, which is drain source current. Press Ctrl to select multiple things. I want to see VTH. I want to see GM of MOSFET. I want to see GDS. I want to see unity gain. That's it. Now I will press plot. I will enable this plot thing. All right. Now I will run the simulation again. Done. Results, plot outputs, and then I will go click on DC. Yeah, they are there here. You can see the current increase. VTH does change. Yes. VTH also depends on width because of the second order effects. Things like GM, GDS, FUG, etc. These are all again depending on some terms or the other. So if you know the theory of it, you will understand it. Let's not go to that. Let's stick to simulation things. Right now, results, direct plot, main form, and if I go and plot current, and if I select this terminal, yes, it does plot it. Earlier it said not kept at output, but now it doesn't say that. It will plot it. Right. This is a secondary thing that you need to know in the simulations. Now let's do this. Let's vary gate voltage and plot the current. Right, I have fixed width to be 1 mu here, and in this I have to select first. I have to copy this, copy from design, VG. Let's give some nominal value 0.5 for now, and here we will vary VG from 0 to 1.8 all the way from ground to VDD, and let's do it in some 200 steps. Fine, apply. Okay, now just I'm going to run it. Well, it says some error, right? It doesn't run. Fatal error found by Spectre during topology check. It says fatal. The following branches form a loop of rigid branches, shorts when added to circuit. VO P from into ground. Right. Let's see what it says. The fatal error is that when two voltage sources are forming a loop, which shouldn't actually happen, right? So I have to go here to stimuli, and this I'm going to disable, right? that will give me only one voltage source at this node now. Earlier this is there, and in parallel, not series, in parallel one more is there, right? As you know, two voltage series, if two voltage sources, if they are in parallel to one node, I mean, what does it happen? It's a fatal error. The circuit doesn't work. Now, yes, the sweep is done, no errors. Results, direct plot, DC. Yes, now you see some different waveforms. Well, I'm going to include region also here. I'm going to turn off some things like FUG, GM, GDS. I'm going to keep it simple. Well, so as you see, I'm going to remove VTH also because it doesn't change much. Well, now let's understand. The region is 0 here till a certain point, and then it enters region 3, and then it enters region 2, right? Now let's take current, copy to new window, and I want to change this current from linear to log scale. Right, now it makes a little bit sense on what's happening. Right, it's in cutoff till certain point, and then it enters saturation around this point, and it will be in saturation here. Now I want to make this axis logarithmic here itself. Now you see, till this point it's in cutoff, which can be seen from region 0. Region 0 means cutoff. From this point till this point, it's in triode. After that, it is in region 2, which is saturation. Right. This is region 3 is for triode, and region 2 is for saturation. And you can see the early effect or channel and modulation thing that is present, right? An increase, not a constant current, an increase in current in saturation, right? The traditional ID versus VGS plot, right? This is how you can understand MOSFET through simulations, and this will anyway give you a lot of parameters to see: self gain, GMB, and capacitances as well. GM over ID, power consumption, power in bulk, current in bulk, I bulk, CSB, CBG, CBD, all the capacitances. CGG is the total looking in gate capacitance, which is like effective looking in gate capacitance. When you look at gate, that's CGG, CGD, CGS, all are the traditional definitions that you will understand if you learn device modeling. Right. This is all about transient and DC simulations in MOSFETs with Cadence Virtuoso. And if you want to save this entire things, when you close, do you want to save the current state? Click yes and give some name. I'm giving it state 1. Okay. Right. It gets closed. So now when I open ADEL for next time, I just go to session, load state, and I just load it again. I don't have to go from scratch and set it up entirely, right? Now I want to show you one more thing. I'm going to give some fixed width here. Let's say 1 mu. Okay. Oh, it's fine. Even if it's there, it doesn't matter because the width here is defined as 1 mu. And you go to component parameter instead of design variable. Select component. I'm selecting this. Then you can select all these parameters to vary sweep. I can vary width, I can vary length, I can vary diffusion area, etc. All of these multipliers, etc. I'm going to just vary width for now, or let's vary length now. Okay, right? I'm going to vary length from 180 nanometer to 500 nanometers. And I'm just going to run the same simulation again. Well, it is run. Results, plot outputs, DC. Yeah, the simulation is successful. And as you can guess, the current should drop because the WL ratio is decreasing, right? And it's not a linear drop, right? It's because L is in denominator. And there is a change in VTH. If you if you haven't noticed this kind of effect earlier, the VTH also depends on length because of second order effects. The region is 0 is 2, which means it's in saturation because we have set the VG to be 0.5 volts, which is greater than threshold voltage, right? These are all different parameters of MOSFETs which you must understand before doing something in your for your higher simulations, right? You should know that the threshold voltage uh, doesn't remain as a straight line. And all of this you might already know by learning device modeling courses or some higher semiconductor courses. But if you haven't known, try doing simulations like this and find out the behavior, and then understand the device properties, and then jump into some higher simulations like designing op amp, etc. That's it.